Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and it is Tactics Test Tuesday, and today we're bringing you a 4-3-1-2 that won 11 consecutive league titles. Yes, last week we did my friend Matt's formation that dominated Norway. This week we've got I'll call him my best friend. It's on video. He'll use this against me. But this is the tactic that Tom used with FC Rapid to get them 11 consecutive league titles, a Europa League trophy, Champions League final, and got them into the top 10 of the European clubs. Amazing results. And what annoys me even more is when I started my Hungarian Build a Nation, this is the formation I wanted to use. 4-3-1-2 with Honved. And I got sacked in the first season. And then Tom was like, oh, I'll try the formation. Made it and absolutely dominated. He had an amazing striker called Bucola, an Argentine. Regen, it was like 7 million or something. And he absolutely was a ridiculous player, scored non-stop goals. So you do need that attacking talent. But this is a formation. We'll go through the positions, the instructions. You can set it up, and then we're going to do a test with 6 teams, and we'll see how it gets on outside of Romania's top flight. So let's start with the keeper. It's a goalkeeper on defend with no extra instructions. The right fullback is on support. The right centre-back is on defend. The left centre-back is on defend. And the left wing-back is on attack. You'll notice the difference between Tom and Matt's formations is Tom does not do a lot of player instructions. Just lets them play out. The right Mazzala is on attack. Then we have a ball-winning midfielder on defend. We have the left Mazzala on support. We have the attacking midfielder on attack. We have the complete forward on support. And we have the advanced forward on attack. So there's no instructions on anyone. It is an attacking mentality. He's playing with a wider width, passing the ball into space, focusing players through the middle and playing out of defence. The passing directives is slightly shorter, the tempo is higher, and he's working the ball into the box with whipped crosses. We are counter-pressing and countering. Then out of possession, we have a much higher line of engagement. We have a standard line of defence with the offside trap on. He is forcing the opposition inside, using tighter marking. Pressing is more urgent, and we're preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. Here are the set pieces. You can put them in as well. So this is defending left and right. Then we have the attacking left. So it's attacking right and left. Throw-ins defending right and left. And attacking left and right. He's gone back to the short throw-ins because the long ones have been vetoed for a while now. Sad, but sadly that's the way it is. So here are the teams we're going to run this with. Paris SaintGermain and RC Lens in France. We're going for League 1 with Peterborough and AFC Wimbledon. And in Serie A, Inter and Parma. We'll have a quick look at the season previews. PSG obviously top, and then Lens are predicted 19th out of 20. Inter projected 2nd and Parma 14th. And then we have AAC Wimbledon 19th and Peterborough 10th. So we'll simulate the season, we'll show you some of the goals each team scored, and we'll come back and show you the results. You've seen the goals, now let's look at the results, and we'll start in France with Paris SaintGermain, and that's not bad, is it? Champions of France, Champions League 5-1 win over Real Madrid, knocked out in the ninth round of the French Cup by Lens, who are playing the same tactic, and winner of the Trophée des Champions. That's not too shabby. Little Neymar double in the Champions League final. Look at that, greens all over the board. Mbappe for an 8.6 for Neymar, Rafinha 7.6, back four on above sevens. They turned up massively for that final. Okay, in the league we have 32 wins, just 3 defeats, 121 goals, superb. Only 18 conceded as well. Tom will like that because that's what Matt's conceded was, and Matt's plays strikerless with 2 inverted wing backs. There's a little personal battle going on there. But yeah, that's a tremendous season for Paris Saint-Germain, 99 points, superb. Individually, we've got Neymar on 44 goals and 10 assists, Mbappe 33 and 17, and Kimpembe with 12 from the set pieces, most likely. Icardi with 12, Marquinhos with 8, 52 games for Marquinhos. If we go to the assists, 17 Mbappe, 15 Florenzi, 12 for Bernat, the fullback's doing well. Verratti with 11, Di Maria with 10, greens across the board in the average rating, really good results there. Team report in the league, 3.18 goals per game, superb, better than the expected goals. They conceded below 0.5, 17 shots, dominating everything else, like really dominant season. 159 goals scored, which is excellent, only 33 conceded in all games, that's tremendous. A wonderful season from Paris Saint-Germain. Over with Lens, they were predicted 19th, they've come 14th, which is, it's not too bad. Only 13 points off Europe, which shows you how congested that is. A little run either way, and you've got a really good season on your hands. Knocked out the quarterfinals by Rennes in the Coupe de France. Goals-wise, Simon Banza with 14 and 4 assists. Ignatius Ganago, 10. Gil Kakuta, 7. Mauricio, 5. There's not a lot of goals in the team at all, is there? We'll check out that in the league in a second. Yeah, team report only 1.37 goals per game. It's fairly low compared to PSG, but I mean the level of team's much different. Conceded more on average in the league, so defensively wasn't great for Lens, which makes it maybe it's a sort of top level team tactic, but we'll see how the other teams got on. That's not good. In the league, they conceded the most goals out of anyone else. It was the goals for, which had them 6. That's probably saved them, to be fair. So look at some of the team stats. Joint top in possession for Paris Saint-Germain. The most goals, obviously. Expected goals of 92.57. Most crosses completed. The most goals from corners with 14. Double the clear-cut chances than anyone else. Most shots as well, most shots on target. So yeah, really dominant from Paris Saint-Germain, and that Champions League win, which is huge for them. Now over to Italy, and we'll start with Inter Milan, who are the champions of Serie A, 5 points ahead of Milan. Brilliant results there. They did get knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League. Whoa, but that's a tough group though, with Liverpool, Atletico and Marseille as well. Then they got knocked out in the first round of the Europa League by Leicester. Oh, that's harder to defend. They've lost 3-2 on aggregate, 2-1 defeat in the San Siro. Leicester. Oh, well done to the Foxes. And knocked out of the semi-final of the Italian Cup by Napoli. So there we go. Only 2 defeats all season. That's tremendous. Against Juventus and Benevento at home. Oof, that would sting. Goals-wise, Lautaro Martinez with 30, the leader, 9 assists. Lukaku, 22 and only 3 assists. Then we're dropping down to Sanchez with 7, Bastoni with 6, Barella with 5. Assists-wise, Stefano Sensi with 10, Christian Eriksen with 10, Martinez with 9, Hakimi with 8, Barella with 8. Outside those 2 strikers, they seem to struggle a little bit in midfield. Lukaku with the highest average rating. Bastoni, Martinez, Sensi, Handanovic did well, the goalkeeper. Gagliardini also in their Skriniar with a 7.01. Team report, 2.16 goals per game is decent, higher than the expected goals. Yeah, conceded below 1, 17 shots per game, so beating the averages and everything else. Only 96 scored in all competitions, bit of a drop down from PSG. 53 conceded in 50, still pretty decent. Parma, they were predicted down the sort of further down the bottom half. They've come 12th. Again, only 11 points off a European place. They lost 17 games though. I think this is looking the same as Lens, maybe a defensive record not looking very good. Quarterfinals of the Cup, beaten by Napoli. So they scored 60, which puts them 1, 2, 3, 4, 8th, which is not too bad. Defensively, I'm scared to click on this. The second most goals conceded in the league, apart from Spezia, who lost 23. And the fact that it's more than Bologna, Udinese, Cagliari, those teams who lost more games. Genoa lost 23. This conceded a lot of goals with Parma. Gervinho, the standout. 26 goals from Gervinho. Wow. And then there's a massive drop to Kuka on 6, and Cornelius on 6, and Brunetta on 6. So that's a huge drop off. Cyprian, Pizzella, Cornelius are leading the assists. There's only 3 players with a green average rating. Even though Gervinho got 26, he only got a 7.06. I think that says it all, really, doesn't it? 1.58 goals per game is fine, above the league average. Expected beats the expected goals, but it's the conceded. Look at that blue for the normal average rating, and compared to Parma, maybe this is why Parma went down in real life. The defense isn't good enough, and it shows. Like, this tactic showed with PSG and with Inter that it can do really well, but I think you need better players. This is not an underdog tactic by the looks of it. Finally, we go over to League One, and we'll start with Peterborough, who finished 11th. I think that was their season preview. So they've not done any better than expected. Knocked out the FA Cup in the third round, Carabao Cup in the first round, Papa John's knocked out in the southern section. Tony Jameson, if he watches this, well done. You won the Papa John's with Peterborough, getting nowhere near it with this tactic. Squad-wise, the goals coming from Dembele with 20, Johnson Clark-Harris with 19, Mohamed Issa 13, and then we're down to Reid with 7, Sammy Smolnik with 7, Ricky J. Jones only with 3, only played 5 games. We're getting to get Ricky J in there to get some more goals with this tactic. Assist-wise, Dan Butler with 11, Ethan Hamilton with 8, Johnson Clark-Harris with 8. He had a good season, 7.09. Team report shows 1.76 goals per game, higher than the average. Expected goals higher, conceded defensively. Again, this is where the issues come. Possibly this is what brings this tactic down, is the defensive frailty sometimes. 94 goals in all competitions, so that's the same as Inter, and they played around about the same games, but they did concede 83. However, Peterborough did score the most goals in League One. 81 scored, still lost 14 games, and they conceded 70, which was the 4th highest for a team that came 11th. That's not great. that's not great. And as you'll see, you may have already seen, but Wimbledon were promoted to the Championship via the playoffs. 2-0 win against Sunderland in the final. They were knocked out of the third round of the FA Cup by Cardiff. Second round of the Carabao by Brighton. No, nothing wrong with that. And also knocked out in the southern section by Southend in the Papa John's Trophy. But if we go to the league table, they finished 6th, just inside the playoffs in goal difference, and then went up through the playoffs. Amazing. They did score the third most goals of 73, and their defensive record was much better. Yeah, much better than Peterborough's, down on 54 goals. That's really good. Now let's look at should we look at the run? What was the fixtures? So they beat MK Dons 5-1 on aggregate in the semi-finals, and then beat Sunderland 2-0 in the playoff final. Amazing result there. Goals-wise, Ethan Chislett was 17, Joe Pigott on 15, Ryan Longman on 15, then they drop off to Shane Harrison on 9. Assists, Jack Rodoni was 16. What was he? Fullback? No, he was playing as the AMC, got 14 assists from the AMC slot. It's really good. That's the one thing with the AMC slot that I'm not seeing this year in FM is a lot of assists. Usually they get goals, but assists, so 16 wise is excellent. Chislett 7, Harrison 7, McLaughlin 7, Piggott 7, Riley 7. Like, they spread them around the team. Average rating only 5 players. Take away Sam Walker, 4 players on a 7, but they did more than well enough. They exceeded their pre-season prediction and got themselves promoted to the Championship. Average ratings, 1.63 goals, just above the average, better than they expected. They conceded around 1, which is fair for the Championship, and when the shots on 11.59. So they've just sort of, if you look at that, the pink that goes round, they've just exceeded everyone else, and that's been enough to get them promotion. 96 goals scored, 69 conceded, like good numbers up there with like Inter, and obviously PSG absolutely bossed it. For a second I thought it was going to be just like a top team tactic, but they were predicted in the bottom half, and they've got promotion. They've come 6 exceeded where they should have gone by like 10 spots, and then they've gone and beaten 2 teams that finished above them to reach the Championship. So as much as Parma and Lens struggled, Wimbledon smashed it. Maybe that's because League One's like steady, like everyone's close all the way down, and Lens and Parma aren't. And maybe the tactic just worked with these players. And this is the thing with any tactic tests, especially doing ones like with me, Matt's and Tom's formations that we've built over like 10 seasons. We're buying the players to suit it, and these teams don't have that opportunity. So success is always varied. So this has been Tom's 4-3-1-2. It's done really well with the big teams. Good surprise of Wimbledon. So there will be the download link below. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Let me know how would you improve this, because Tom doesn't use instructions at all. Can you improve that with some player instructions? I'm sure Matt will have some thoughts on that. What would you do with that midfield? Would you change anything? Would you change the strikers? Do you go double AFs, which seems to be a bit OP in the game? But yeah, good results from Tom. Thank you everyone for watching. Please drop a like on the video. Let us know what you think. Until next time, next week it's my turn. Until next week, bye for now.